Dragon Quest Tact has just came back up for maintenance, and we have some great announcements. You have January 2024 roadmap, Silver Week is back, S9 is out, we got some great polls. Unfortunately, it's not all good news. We also got this notice. We also got notice that the game is going to be coming to a closure on February 29th. Excuse my battery dying. So this is pretty sudden. There was some speculation going around last night because a lot of people on the Google side of things were receiving an email saying that the passport was coming to a cancellation end of service on January. However, there was kind of mixed reviews because people on the Apple side of things weren't getting it. People who didn't have passport obviously weren't getting any sort of notice at all. And it just seemed like it was on the Google side of things and that maybe it was just done errantly. Unfortunately, it's not errant. Unfortunately, it is the end of service for Dragon Quest Tact, coming February 29th, 2024. Yes, it is a leap year, so it's not a fake date. It's not a wrong date. It will be February 29th, 2024. Just a month after the 3-year anniversary. Now, this took a lot of people by surprise because really nobody saw this coming besides one neckbeard like 2.5 years ago, who said the game wasn't going to make it to a year, but lo and behold. Now, everything that I have heard so far is that it's not about a performance thing. Up until last month, Dragon Quest Tact was still operating pretty well. It was still averaging anywhere between 14 and 20,000 players per month. It was still making money. So it all kind of chalks down to, hey, the team is going to be doing other things, which, is understandable and expectable at some point. Dragon Quest Tact famously had no real operational cost. The game doesn't cost a ton of money to run. The translation team is very small. The social media team is very small. So it's not like there's a lot of things that go into Dragon Quest Tact in terms of running it. And I think that's why it was a little bit easier for them to ultimately make the decision that it was going to be something that when a team was ready to move on, it's going to happen, which unfortunately it seems the time is now. We don't know what is going to happen in the future with other Dragon Quest based app games. It could be nothing. It could be something. It could be something is coming out directly after Dragon Quest Tact. It could be something is in the works to come out in Japan. We don't know. And unfortunately, that's the side of things for the West. We never know anything. So, who can say? It is sudden though, and they are doing typical end of service events that we've seen with Dragon Quest of the Stars, that we've seen with Dragon Quest Dai's game. It's a little bit different with Dai's game though, because everybody knew that was going to be a short-lived game. That wasn't a game that was ever expected to be 3 or 4 years on the road. But at the end of the day, this is my second longest tenured game. The only game that I have longer is Puzzles and Dragons, which I still continue to play almost 11 years later. Actually, it's been over 11 years now. But I think that this game has been very impactful for me. I made a lot of friends. I got back into the Woodus community. I've been on Slime Time a couple times. If you haven't checked out Slime Time, it's great. Slime for Slime Time. Check them out pretty much everywhere a podcast can be on. Jay and I have been on it so many times, just never together. And they're just awesome dudes. And I made a bunch of friends in the Woodus community, and I'm super grateful for that. Now, granted, there was always that loud minority of people who were always kind of hoping for this and waiting for this, no matter how much they all say that they weren't. But it's unfortunate, and it's one of those things where there's still so much content that could have been provided and so many missed opportunities. But yeah, Dragon Quest Tact is coming to an end. It's really sad. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I don't really have anything else to say, so thank you guys for the last 3.5 years, going back all the way to the closed beta test. And thank you, Dragon Quest Tact. Thank you, Dragon Quest. Thank you, Malcolm. And the entire crew that ran Dragon Quest Tact. Maybe they'll be able to transfer our data to Japan using the bridge. I doubt it. Highly doubt it. That's like a 0.1% chance. I don't know if I'm going to be taking up Japan. I played before. Didn't really have the same luster. But, yeah. Thank you, guys.